100,000 people. The number 10 seed, Doric Kyle Field, one of the great venues, football. So many of them very to receive the opening kickoff. It's Terry Bussey back for the kickoff from the strong-legged Carter Davis. With the wind at his back is 14 yards per completion, and that is highest in the SEC and 6th best in the country. And Le'Veon Moss is on the field to start the game. Mike Elko says he's the best back in the SEC and as good as anybody in the country. And out with a left ankle injury, they come out slinging it wide. Mario Craver got 9 on the first play from scrimmage, part of a dynamic wide receiver group alongside KC Concepcion.
And offensive coordinator Colin Klein said he was going to run some tempo early, try to jumpstart the engine for the Aggie offense.
They haven't used it a lot this year. Reed given time, high throw off the hand of Craver. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
With Marcel Reed, you can always tell with his accuracy on where his feet are. Watching that throughout the day, he can get a little bit jumpy. The staff has praised his growth and maturity, feel like he has more command of the offense, but pressure does occasionally affect his accuracy, and the footwork must be strong today against a good defensive front.
The officials resetting the ball, might have been blown around a bit. Officiating crew out of the Big 12 led by Michael Vandervelde. On 3rd down and short, and it looks like they're going to give him a spot with just enough for the 1st down. Le'Veon Moss got just to the 35 by the nose of the football for a 1st down.
He's been out for quite some time, Sean, with an ankle injury, but to get him back, Mike Elko thinks he is the most talented running back in the SEC. A beautiful blend of speed and power at 220+ pounds, but still has that track background. He ran a 10.6 in the 100, so he can break it open if you give him a seam.
He was terrific in their Week 3 win at Notre Dame, one of the games of the year in college football. The carries to the 39, tackled by Mo Toure and Cam Pruitt, a couple of linebackers for this Miami defense, improved under the leadership of Corey Heatherman. In his first year as the defensive coordinator, came over from Minnesota. They cut the points per game allowed in half. Reed fires at an open receiver at midfield, but wasn't on target to KC Concepcion.
Corey Heatherman has done a great job with this defense. They've allowed way fewer explosive plays, and they've still maintained their same level of aggressiveness from a year ago, but it's much more sound. It's a vertical pass rush that really features players more so than plays. He's just letting his players play, and they've done a great job responding this season.
Both teams excellent on 3rd down defense. Miami's 10th in the country in that category, and A&M far and away number 1. 3rd down and 5, the play clock running out. They snap it with 1. Reed. 1st down. Flag down at the end of the play. Mo Toure took him down. But if the play stands again, they got just barely enough to move the chains.
I think it looked like a flag, but it might have been a mouthpiece.
It is. It's a bright yellow mouthpiece that's on the far side of the field and still there near the 40-yard line. Now picked up by one of the officials. And
Marcel Reed, the X factor for him against this pass rush will be his legs. Does a great job there, putting a little shimmy on Wesley Bassett, the linebacker, who's their speed linebacker and will be responsible for quarterback spy.
You saw the mouthpiece go flying. Tough catch made by Mario Craver, and he is upended at the line of scrimmage by Ethan O'Connor. Will be a part of their cornerback rotation today. They are down one member of the secondary, Damari Brown. Tempo again for A&M. Reuben Owens, who's been the lead back in the absence of Moss, and he's done very well. Mo Toure, another tackle at the linebacker spot for Miami.
He's going to be busy throughout this game trying to stop this A&M rushing attack. But the big difference between A&M last year and this year is the speed that they have at wide receiver. Casey Concepcion and Mario Craver have really brought a ton of juice to this offense with yards after catch.
Both came via the transfer portal. Here's another third down. They're already 2 for 2 on third down. Reed was given time, ran out of time. Here he goes again. Gets a block from E.J. Smith at the end of the run. 3 for 3 on third down are the Aggies after a 7-yard run.
That was really well done initially, too, by the offensive line. Miami's bringing a full stunt, 3 guys running around the right side. Reed doesn't like it, takes off, makes another move, gets the first down.
Play action fake. He's on target. And a tackle made in space, and it's a good thing for Miami. Xavier Lucas took down Ashton Bethel Roman. If he spun away, he might have gone the distance. Instead, they got only 6 at A&M.
Really liked so far the plan from Colin Klein, getting the ball out quickly, and it seemed
strong opening drive. This is the 11th play already. Terry Bussey in trouble, and he's dropped for a loss. Keontae Scott, as Taylor told you, just back after missing the last 3 with a foot injury, with his first big play of the afternoon, a 3-yard loss.
And what a
E.J. Smith, the running back, the son of the great Hall of Famer, all-time NFL leading rusher Emmitt Smith. And they hand it to him for a yard, and that's all. Field goal kicking is a big issue for Texas A&M. And given that it's this distance and into the wind, no chance that they would.
Intensity better account for quarterback scramble.
Got a timeout called by Miami.
Miami has called their first charge timeout of the first half.
13 on 5 and a 3rd and 6, where the spy linebacker missed the open field tackle against Marcel Reed. He's very slippery, so if you're going to rush the passer, you better account for his legs when he escapes.
6 passes, 6 rushes. They've converted 3rd and 1, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. E.J. Smith, the running back, transfer from Stanford. And movement along the left end of the offensive line. Trey Zune and Chase Bazantis. Officials conferring.
False start, number 60. Offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
And this has been a problem all year for both coaches. These are 2 of the most heavily penalized teams in the country. A very dangerous punt return man. Cristobal hoping he gets a chance today to bring one back. Good punt by White. That goes out of bounds right along the sideline at the 8-yard line. So difficult field position on the first possession of the game for Carson Beck and the Canes. This is the college football playoff first round presented by Allstate. Time for this. And dealing with the 12th man in poor field position right out of the gate. He swings it out wide to Keelan Marion, who got across the 10 for a pickup of 3. Will Lee, outstanding cornerback there to make the play.
And Carson Beck, when he's protected and the pocket's clean, he's about as accurate as you'll find.
There's Mark Fletcher, and he carries for a first down. Interesting formation on that play to lead the way for Fletcher for a 7-yard gain.
Shannon Dawson has said a lot of what A&M does is predicated off where the
now they line up Malachi Toney in what they call the Mally Cat, Wildcat quarterback, and he's taken down for a gain of a couple by Des Ricks, the other starting cornerback for Mike Elko.
Malachi Toney is just electric, and just how much they put on his plate is remarkable.
On 2nd down and 8, Alex Bauman taken down by Damian Sanford. And here comes third down. Both coaches said this would be another huge factor in this game. A&M the best. They bring pressure up the middle. It's picked up, but the pass is behind Kalen Marion with Will Lee in coverage.
And they go with a 7-man protection.
An Australian is on the punt for Miami. Handles a high snap. And that one goes out of bounds along the far sideline. Looked like Joyce was trying to kick it away from KC Concepcion. And that's a good idea. He has 2 punt return touchdowns this season. Third, 323 pounds per man. And a veteran group. They've all started at least 26 games. Here's Reed, yanked down from behind, or there was more in that run. Mo Ture, another tackle. They're a solid group led by Trey Zoon, the left tackle, his 50th career start. He's played more than 3,200 snaps back to 2021 and has been called for only 9 penalties in all that time. He won the
Texas. They hopefully could lock down Miami.
Reed handled a low snap, got it out to Ruben Owens, who weaves across midfield for a Texas A&M first down. Raul Aguirre made the tackle for the Canes. Eight-yard play. Again, they line up quickly. Here comes Mesidor on the rush, but it was Reed to the tight end, Nate Borkacher. Shot down at the 30 of Miami by Jacoby Thomas. 19 yards for A&M and Colin Klein.
And that was just a terrific job up front and helping from the running back. It looked like there was some.
Le'Veon Moss back in on the left hip of Reed. Reed faked it to him. Mario Craver out of bounds. And apparently there's another mouth guard on the field. Something yellow. We hesitate now to call it a flag. What is that? Reed, strange play, faking to nobody hit as he got rid of the ball. It's a live ball now, ruled an incomplete forward pass. Keontae Scott was there to knock it away.
That was really a broken play from the get-go, too. So not sure exactly what Reed was doing.
They sent Tony in motion. They hand it off to Mark Fletcher, and he's tripped up at the end of the run, very near the first down marker. And it is a 10-yard gain. Will Lee made the tackle.
Watch Maui Noah on the right side and watch the movement that he.
And employing those tight ends in some different spots, trying to make it difficult for the Elko defense to figure out where they are.
And that use of formation will create some additional gaps. If you watch A&M's defense, they're very athletic, but sometimes that athleticism can be used against them. They'll get out of a gap, and it can lead to a big play.
Now they send Tony in motion. He comes back. They hand it to him. He wants to throw it. He got rid of it, and it is incomplete. Down the sideline for Elijah Lofton. Tony can throw it. He memorably played quarterback in a state championship game in high school.
And this was a pretty good throw, given how much pressure was in his face. He had to retreat and kind of throw it off his back foot. Really well covered and defended by the Aggie defense.
Third down and 7. The first third down with A&M on defense, won by the Aggies. With help from those folks.
Last time Miami went with a 7-man protection to help with that overload blitzes.
Again, they had the tight end
Miami.
Borkacher, or Bauman rather, lined up to the left of Beck, and Miami called a timeout prior to the snap. No score. We're late in the first quarter in this college football playoff first-round game. Mistakes. When their teams haven't played well, these quarterbacks have been turnover prone. Carson Beck on third down and 6. And it's a loss of a yard. Tony swung down by Torian York. the leader of that Aggies defense.
Just great recognition by Torian York. He can see it at the second level. He sees it the whole way. He knows he's responsible.
Concepcion back deep. With that gusty breeze at his back, high and end over end. Muffed by Concepcion. And it looks like he got on it back inside the 15-yard line. End over end kick, undoubtedly buffeted by the gusty winds. It's a 40-yard punt and a sigh of relief for the 12th men.
And it's because that wind is blowing right to left. He had it right in his breadbasket at the last second. That ball travels just a little bit too close to his face mask, where it makes a collision, and luckily for the Aggies, they're able to corral it before the Canes could rally.
Well, the turnover does not hurt Texas A&M. Concepcion, their leading receiver. They do a lot of things with him, similar to what Miami does with Tony. Le'Veon Moss weaves ahead for about 4. Molly?
Well, after the Texas loss, Marcel Reed vowed to be more vocal in times of adversity. And after the fumble, he needed a pep talk from coaches, but then went up and down the sidelines, encouraging teammates, saying, we are moving the ball on them. The O-line is killing them. Keep going. So he's keeping his confidence high, Sean.
He's not particularly vocal by his own admission, but he's been encouraged by coaches and teammates to be more of that. Moss goes out in motion to the left. Reed steps away from the rush and takes off running out of bounds with a first down. At the 27, he ran for 10.
And a great job there by Reed, because Mo Toure was right in the backfield. He ran right inside of Reed Adams, but the slippery nature of Reed gets out before he could get dropped.
Here's Moss. Ruben Bain dropped him for a 2-yard loss.
Ruben Bain is so violent, man. I mean, he's engaged with the left tackle there. Just completely extends. He doesn't have the longest arms in the world, but the power that he plays with, the leverage that he plays with. He's so difficult to block for his defensive line coach, Jason Taylor, man. Just awesome to watch.
Pretty good guy to learn from. Team Mesidor at the other end told us Jason Taylor gives he and Bain a lot of freedom. They can frequently decide where they're going to line up play to play. Reed throws through the hands of Ashton Bethel Roman. He's their number 3 wide receiver. Been bothered by a leg injury lately. Yesterday, the coaches weren't quite sure how effective he'd be.
Rolled an ankle against Texas, and he's been such a valuable part of that trio. Craver and Concepcion get a lot of attention from opposing defenses, so having a number 3 that can beat you is very imperative.
3rd down and 12. Aggies 3 out of 5 on 3rd down. Converted their first 3. Reed in trouble. Got it off to the tight end, Theo Mellon Orstrom from Stockholm, Sweden. Greg will give us the list of other notable college football players from Stockholm when we come back in the second quarter. End of the first.